did you guys get your start?
The band started as just the Shake Ups a few years ago. Before there was any pony-related content. It was just a project I worked on and wrote songs for.
Happy power pop music, super cute stuff.
Yeah, just the Shake Ups. And then eventually I got into the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic show.
I showed it to him.
I met Savannah at a convention locally in Indianapolis called Gen Con, and she was dressed as Fluttershy the first time I ever saw her.
That's kind of sweet. Actually, that's really sweet.
But we both do like Star Trek, and so his other band is a Star Trek band. And so I was coming to see his Star Trek band, and then, anyway, the point is I got him to watch Ponies with the Parasprite episode, because I said it was like the Tribbles episode on Star Trek. Tribbles on Star Trek, and also because he likes Powerpuff Girls, so.
Yeah, right.
And so
and it went from there, and we started watching the episodes in order pretty much after that. I loved the show and just was inspired to do something about it. And our drummer's wife helps run the My Little Pony Fair and Convention, an annual event for...
It's a Hasbro
for
collectors convention, very all-gen sort of thing. So there's lots of moms and kids in addition to the Brony set. And
right.
So they have children's programming.
Right, and she asked us if we would like to come and play. We were not a pony band at that point. And I decided, since we were playing at this My Little Pony event, that we should change up some of our songs so that they would be more appropriate for the event. So I just basically changed a bunch of lyrics to our existing songs that we had at that time. And we played as the Shake Ups in Ponyville. And
he was pretty gleeful and kind of overdid the project for as little as what they wanted from us. He was very, excited about, oh, neat, and this one kind of sounds like this, so let's make this one about Twilight, let's do this.
To be fair, I've been writing songs about different fandoms and that sort of thing for a while. I was very into Joss Whedon and his shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Firefly and Dr. Horrible, things like that. And so I wrote a song about him a few years ago, and I just happened to post it online, and people were just raving about it, and so, this seems like a fun idea.
So the Filk is strong with this one. He likes to express his love of pop culture.
I just write about whatever I'm interested in, really.
But doing the pony thing was really exciting, because we didn't know there was a pony music scene or anything like that. We
just liked the show.
And thought it would be a fun thing to do, and didn't think necessarily that anyone would be interested in it outside of us putting way too much effort into this one little show. But then people really liked it, and then he kept doing it.
Yeah, I just thought that our music fit very well with the vibe of the show, and there were a lot of inspiring characters and hilarious, little plot lines and such that seemed like a treasure trove of things to write about.
I wasn't in the band originally.
Right, originally.
I was assimilated.
Right, originally we were just dating when she showed me the episodes. And we just got married this past April.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And she's slowly been assimilated into the band. She started out playing keys. Now she's taken over a little bit of the writing as well for our latest album. And so we've been collaborating more, and it's been a lot of fun.
It sounds like it. Okay,
that was a long answer to a short question.
What's your favorite pony? This is for both of y'all.
Fluttershy.
Yeah. Well, that puts me in a position where I have to say Twilight.
No, you don't.
But that's really just because you dress up as Twilight. Sort of. Aww. In an abstract way. But really, Discord is best pony.
Discord is really, really cool.
But I mean, he's not a pony, so I guess...
Right, that's why I didn't pick Discord.
Right. Best non-pony.
That's not canon.
Yeah.
Do people ever notice you guys out in public?
You mean, like, are we recognized?
Yeah.
Being horse famous?
I think we're horse famous.
No, we get more recognized online than in the real world. I do get recognized every once in a while in my local scene just because I've been in a lot of different bands. Some of them are aware of the pony band, so I guess very occasionally.
So my answer is no, but I cosplay, so I feel like a Disney princess in a sense, in that when I cosplay, get small children running up to me screaming, Fluttershy, 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 and hugging me, which is so much better than any other kind of being recognized, and having notoriety is that's really wonderful. That warm
I
fuzzy.
understand that.
I don't get quite as much of that. Occasionally I'll have someone say, "You're Twilight Sparkle, but you're a boy." I had that happen at the last pony fair, and I said, "Now wait a minute, Twilight Sparkle can go from being a pony to being a human girl, but she can't go from being a girl to being a boy," and they're like, "No."
They warm up to him. Kids are just trained to be a little more skittish around boys, but as boys go, I don't think he realizes that children like him a lot more than they do most males. He's obviously one of those.
Yeah.
That's that kind of perfect sweet shy sort of boy that
You're making me blush.
kids respond to that. So I think that's fun. So they like him more than he thinks they do.
Okay, is it hard getting your music out there and getting discovered?
We're still waiting. No.
It's actually, because there's a pony music scene, it's easier because there's like a platform for people to find out about your music. But it's harder because there's so much music that people might listen to 100 different pony musicians and not come across us because there's so many. But I think what helps us is that we're a full rock band.
It helps and it hurts because
Right.
we're different. I think a lot of pony music is dance music.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what the scene is a little bit known for. Really interesting, heavy dance music that's really cool, but we don't fit in. And so a lot of wonderful people we've spoken to in the pony community, they're like, your stuff is really great. I'd love to play it on my show. Maybe I'm going to have a special, they call it acoustic. They don't know where to put us, and so they call us all the people that have physical instruments. They put them all in this group and kind of call it acoustic, and they kind of don't know where to put it. We have a little bit of trouble with that, like, oh, we really like you, but you don't really fit in.
But
So
it can be good being an anomaly.
it can be good because then we're kind of doing our own thing. It's kind of fun. I don't know if we've been discovered in the sense that I don't know how many people have really heard us or whatnot, but nice people like you ask to speak with us, and so it's very abstract and strange to have people somewhere on the internet, especially when you're not tech savvy, that like something that you make, because you're like, oh, somewhere there are people that are enjoying this. That's wonderful. But it doesn't, you don't feel like you have any kind of notoriety.
It's not as immediate.
Tangible.
It's not as immediate as when we, started going to conventions and suddenly there was a, crowd of people that were mouthing the words back to us.
That was surreal. That was really surreal. It's like you show up at a thing and it's like, you're singing the lyrics to this song. I don't even know you.
Which is really handy because I forget my lyrics a lot of the time. And so I can just look out and see people singing them and know what to sing next.
So that's really neat.
What are y'all's views on, like, people bullying bronies and Pegasisters?
We are
Not
against
cool.
Alright.
it.
Because I was wondering, because here lately it seems like a lot of people have been getting backlash for it. Especially, like, middle school boys and whatnot.
Right. Yeah, I read about that.
Yeah.
I think it's terrible.
It's just, it makes me very, 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 very upset. But I like what Patrick does in terms of, I think he's very much a good role model as far as standing up there. He's an adult man who's cool, with his guitar, being all rock starry and saying, like, I like giant robots and boy stuff and have a grown-up job and a house and I pay my mortgage and I like ponies and I'm a rock star.
I don't say that.
He doesn't say he's a rock star, but he's a rock star to me. And when he meets the young boys when we go to different places, I think they really respond to him that way because they're like, on the other side of this, there's a place where I can just be me and those people can just hate and it doesn't matter. So I think he's doing good for that. There's nothing you can do really except just love and support and tell them that when you get past a certain age that it'll be okay. Or rather, if it's not okay, it doesn't matter because you're you and you have your own space and they can't hurt you.
So. We have a couple of songs about that.
Yeah. We try. But it upsets me greatly.
Alright, what's it like writing songs about My Little Pony?
It is the most fun you can possibly have. No,
I could imagine.
I love it. Like I said, there's just so many colorful characters and fun ideas you can write about. And also, we've gotten kind of into exploring some of the themes from the show, too. Mm-hmm. Recently, what was on the recent album, Pony Power Pop, we have the song Act Like a Dragon, which is Spike's journey of self-discovery, trying to find out
who he is, what he is.
Right, because he's a dragon and he feels that he should act like the other dragons, but then he realizes that the other dragons are awful. And so eventually he comes to terms with the fact that he can be a dragon and still be who he is. And that's kind of a take on that.
So we've been having fun. I mean, I think the first time around, you're just sort of, here's sketches of the characters, and here's what I think. I think he was approaching it more like, here's like the Apple song. Here's
I want to write a song about Dr. Hooves.
Yeah,
I want to write a song about Derpy.
Like, what would that character's song, kind of little theme song, kind of sound like? And so now I think it's a little more fun this time around, and into the new material that we've been making, because it's been a little bit more like, oh, well, let's explore Twilight's leadership, role, and how she's figuring out that, or you get to be a little more in depth with it.
Shining Armor is this very strong male sort of role model pony, but why is it that when push comes to shove, he's always thrown to the side for his little sister to save the day?
We've sort of been playing with stuff like that, so it also makes it more fun to watch the episodes, because there's right. we're sitting there watching the episodes and being way too analytical about it.
I first watched them, I just watched them to watch them and be entertained. And the best episodes stick with you, and you have ideas that come back that you keep thinking about afterwards. And then that plants a little seed, and then you want to watch it again. And at that point, I can usually come up with a song idea.
Okay, so we're left brain, right brained on that. He's a little. I suppose more, so. You're a little bit more emotional, kind of looking at it and kind of letting it sink in. I think I'm a little bit more Spockish and just
right.
Analyzing.
The opposite of the characters that we dress up.
Yeah, we do. He's the Kirk and I'm the Spock, kind of. So.
Do you guys have, anything to tell people who are just getting a start in music, or who are thinking about starting in it, where they should start, or what they should do, or what they shouldn't do?
Don't do it! No, just kidding. It's great, and you should do it, and it's great to have a creative outlet, and to be able to play your songs for people, especially. And the great thing about it in this day and age is you can put something out there for people to hear. And, it's very easy to do that. Now, getting people to go listen to it or to buy it or something like that is more difficult, but at least you can get it out there. And I would say, just whatever you're doing, be sure that you're enjoying it and that it's fulfilling you creatively, because you may not become horse famous, but you will have a lot of fun doing it. And you should, rather than have the mindset of, I'm going to be world famous, next month or something, you should be more like, I'm going to play this for my friends, and then I'm going to play this for my friends' friends, and just kind of take it in little increments and just see where it goes, and just try to enjoy it on the way.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people I've talked to that are very stressed about. I mean, because we release all our own stuff, and we just record it in the house. And Patrick is a professional musician, and he's in other bands that record in studios and things like that, too. But, we're very do-it-yourself on it all, and just having fun and playing. And we put together a show and just hope someone comes, and
and they usually do, which is still amazing to us.
And sometimes people come. But the point is that I think a lot of people are there's this idea that there's going to be some magical producer person that's going to scoop you up and see your talent and whisk you away somewhere and
in their private jet
and auto-tune your voice and tell you what to wear, and then it's going to be something that happens in a movie. And maybe those things really happen, but I don't think that I know that they really happen. But in the meantime, you could be, maybe that'll happen, but in the meantime, you could just be making music, and you can press your own CDs, and you can set up your own shows, and you can buy a PA, and you don't even need to do it in an official club, because you can amplify your own sound, and you can just do it. kind of what you do.
A lot of people just wait for something to happen, but really you just have to do it.
Yeah.
And see what comes of it.
And let people make fun of you.
No matter how good you are, someone is not going to like it. So just keep that in mind as well.
That's true too.